the idea of area more precise. Area is the number of square units that fit inside the shape. And we want to notice this phrase, square units, as it's really an important one. It matters. Area is measured using squares because squares tile a surface neatly without gaps or overlaps. Now, let's think carefully about what this means. Let's suppose we have a rectangle that is 4 units by 6 units. If we cover it with 1 by 1 tiles, how many tiles will it take? If we do this, we have 6 rows with 4 each. That gives us 4 times 6, or 24. So this rectangle has an area of 24 square units when measured in 1 by 1 square units. Now let's look at this rectangle again, but this time I want to cover it with 1 by 4 tiles. How many of those would fit? Well, I would need 6 of them, 1 per row for 6 rows. Let's do one more. This time, I want to cover this rectangle with 3 by 2 tiles. How many of those would fit? Well, we would need 4 of them. Now, this creates an important question. Does this mean the rectangle has 3 different area measures? No. And that is a really important idea. The rectangle has the same amount of space each time. What changes is the size of the unit used to measure it. When we use small units, we need more of them. When we use larger units, we need fewer of them. That does not mean the shape changed. It just means the measurement unit changed. This is just like saying a table might be measured as 60 inches or 5 feet. Those are different numbers, but they describe the same length. The same thing happens with area. So when we say area is the number of square units that fit inside of a shape, we must pay attention to what kind of square unit we are using. That's why area units are written things like square inches, square centimeters, square units. Now let's look back at this problem with this 4 by 6 rectangle. When we used 1 by 1 square units, the area was 24 square units. That is often the standard unit students work with first, which is why the formula length times width made sense. 4 times 6 is 24. But the formula only makes sense because it's based on counting equal-sized square units arranged in rows and columns. That is the conceptual foundation. As teachers, we want students to understand that formulas are summaries of structure, not magic rules to memorize. So, let's summarize. Area is the number of square units inside of a shape. The size of that square unit matters. And it matters because different units can give different counts. But the actual amount of space does not change. That distinction is so important. And the fact that you're taking time to understand it deeply will make you much better prepared to help students later. You're doing great.